lover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, really fantastic. Me and me back, she says I'm Mr. Smooth, just like a silk. Snap and quickly up me up like a quilt. Gee, please, baby, please, let me take you to an island of the sweet cool breeze. You don't feel like travel, well then you hand me the keys, and I will take you to a place of sexual.
As exciting as this, we'll not take your word for it. Tonight, passion, pain, carnage, blood, or speed. I was at that party. No, that never happened. Brought to you by the Bravado Tyson, a truck that makes you a man, even if you're a woman.
Shy of midfield where Colburn works into the secondary. Got a block and is down the sideline. Colburn, full head of steam, inside the 10, and a touchdown. Matthew Colburn takes it to the house.
Colorado tips off against Jaime Jaquez and UCLA in a Pac-12 showdown. Fox Primetime Hoops, next on Fox.
You ready for it? Here we go.
Mornings OG, spitting mad truth and sick kicks. It's Skip Drip Bayless.
I am a living legend.
He came to play Mr. Game Day. Shannon Shay Show.
Get off my property.
Toe to toe in a sports debate game. In a showdown for the GOATKO.
It's legal on this show.
To see who's the greatest debater of all time.
Judgment Day is coming.
Always right, never wrong, undisputed.
Already 93 rushing yards for the 49ers. 68 of those came on one big one from Christian McCaffrey. And the Seahawks, after a pair of 3 and outs, on the move here.
Yeah, time of possession, 9:47. That shows you the offense is starting to click. Some good third down conversions on this drive. You're keeping that San Francisco offense on the sideline.
First snap coming here to DJ Dallas. Took one of these 27 yards last week. Has some room. Tripped up on Lenore. Then correction forward. A nice game for DJ Dallas, who's a good compliment to Kenneth Walker. It felt like a massive drive. They're still early in this game, but felt like a drive they had to at least do something. They are.
Yeah, those 2 3 and outs, and then San Francisco getting points on both of those. You can't come out and turn that ball back over. So this has been an impressive drive. Getting the quick passing game involved. Sometimes you got to be careful. You want Kenneth Walker to be a big part of this, but don't get stubborn with that run game.
Well, play of the drive is a 2nd and 3. Walker. 3rd and 1.
They've done a great job so far. They're putting themselves in those third advantage moves. That was the big thing. In times this season, Charles Omenihu down.
Well, we'll take a break as they take a look at Omenihu.
Gronk speaking.
Great news, Gronk. You're going to be in the FanDuel Super Bowl commercial.
Nice. So I just lift up my phone and say, new FanDuel customers bet $5, win $150.
Exactly. And FanDuel is putting up a $10 million payout when you kick a field goal during the Super Bowl.
Wait, I don't kick, I catch.
And it's going to be live.
Live?
It's called the Kick of Destiny. And live. Don't miss.
Oh, boy.
Bet $5 now, get $150 in free bets. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
There's always a fresh deal on the Subway app, like this one. 50% off? That deal's so good, we don't even need an 8-time. I was trying to tell you about it.
Wait, what?
Get it before it's gone on the Subway app.
And then you can save hundreds for safe driving with Liberty Mutual. You customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Woo! We gotta go again.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty. At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud. You want to reach the raven. Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of plug-in vehicles.
off against Jaime Jaquez and UCLA in a Pac-12 showdown. Fox Primetime Hoops, next on Fox.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri, who leads the league in receiving touchdowns.
Well, Menahu walked off under his own power. Something to keep an eye on, though. Fred Warner was a little bit banged up on that play as well. San Francisco's leading tackler. Here, Darrell, is a 3rd and 1 for the Seahawks.
Just need to go to that Wildcat. Nope, going to keep Gino under center or in shotgun.
It's a direct snap to Kenneth Walker. He ducked under the guard, and so they could snap it directly to Walker, and digging deep in the playbook here to move the chains.
That was nice. It's been fun this year. Some of these 3rd and short situations, you see him right there. He's under the great guard. Very creative.
So you weren't wrong when you said gone, nope, under center, nope, neither of those things. Under guard.
I wouldn't have figured out. I would have never thought to do that.
So first down and goal for the Seahawks. This has been an issue lately, then in the red zone. It's Walker off the left side. He gets around the corner and gets in. Touchdown, Seahawks. The drive they felt like they had to have, and it's the rookie Walker into the end zone to get the Seahawks on the board.
Just some things you don't normally see here. I mean, San Francisco losing the edge on that touchdown. That was way too easy. This defense is so much better. You're going to get a hook right here with Charles Cross. Bad angle by Dre Greenlaw right there. Boy, he got outflanked immediately by Kenneth Walker. Real nice job by Charles Cross. He gets the first one, gets the seal, but just a bad angle coming from the linebacker level by Dre Greenlaw.
And Moose, you take a bad angle against Kenneth Walker. Good night. Fastest running back in the NFL this year. Extra point is there from Jason Myers. And it's a 10-7 game. The Seahawks, one of the big surprises, trying to pull off another in this wild card weekend.
Moving forward with node-positive breast cancer is overwhelming, but I never just found my way. I made it and did all I could to prevent recurrence. Verzenio reduces the risk of recurrence of HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive early breast cancer with a high chance of returning, as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Hormone therapy works outside the cell, while Verzenio works inside to help stop the growth of cancer cells. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you're nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. I'm making my own way forward. Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
So is this stuff really fresh?
Yes. I mean, yeah, we don't have freezers. It's definitely real food. We always have fresh stuff coming in. I mean, this is the best block that we can get.
Fresh is what you stand for.
Definitely.
Families throughout history have been chosen to make this decision. Now, it's your turn.
I'm not sacrificing anything.
For every no you give us, hundreds of thousands will die. We have to help it. Will you make a choice? Rated R.
Hey, you!
New Balance. We got now.
I just stare at these payroll forms. I think business payroll taxes will calculate themselves, right? No. They do it quick. This helps you manage your payroll taxes. Cheers. With 100% accurate tax calculations guaranteed. I did what it did.
It's dangerous.
To make this right.
23rd drive for the San Francisco defense against the Seattle offense this year. Only the second touchdown. Makes it a 10-7 game.
Huge drive for the Seattle Seahawks right there. Huge drive. Well done.
One of the reasons they were hoping that today would be different, they didn't think San Francisco had seen this version of Kenneth Walker yet. Walker off to a good start, already 41 miles. On the Thursday night before Super Bowl 57, the NFL's brightest stars will be recognized for the best plays and moments of the 2022 season. Tune in to NFL Honors Thursday, February 9th, 9 o'clock Eastern on NBC and NFL Network. 49ers stepped on offense at the 25-yard line. They're going to do just about whatever they wanted so far. Number one offense in the league since Purdy became the starter week 14. Bootleg sets his feet. Downfield, Aiyuk comes free. Great anticipation, roughed it right to him. 22 yards, first down.
And one thing they do is they do a great job with their protection. They make sure that Brock Purdy's going to have a clean pocket. Watch Kyle Juszczyk come across. He's just there to make sure that there's nothing that gets free and gets to Brock Purdy. You're able to extend his time, make him feel comfortable in that pocket.
They found their leading receiver. You hear all about McCaffrey, you hear about Samuel, you hear about Kittle, but Brandon Aiyuk, more than 1,000 yards. Back to the ground here. Christian McCaffrey had no chance. Miles Adams shut him down for a loss of 2.
Nice job by Miles Adams, just continuing to work across. And that's going to be the big thing with that outside zone scheme. Watch Big 95 coming from the top of your screen. Just continue to fight, continue to chase, because if you get the right kind of edge set on that side, there's not going to be anywhere for that running back to go. Eventually, he's going to have to cut back inside, so just keep flowing down that line of scrimmage.
Defense has been so up and down when it comes to stopping the run this year. Facing a good running offense today. First lead was taken away. Purdy's got room to run. Brock Purdy, high steps for a first down by Cody Barton. That's part of his game that even John Lynch, the front office, said they didn't fully appreciate until they had a chance to watch him in games.
And again, just so different than last week against Arizona. He's going through his progression, check, but now he's stepping up. And in that situation right there, there's a ton of green grass in front of you. Just pull it down and try and get that first down.
19 rushing touchdowns at Iowa State. To the 41. Play action, wide open Deebo Samuel. He goes deep instead, and Mike Jackson nearly has a chance at an interception. Well, there was nobody within 5 or 10 yards of Deebo Samuel over the middle of the field, but he takes the shot into one-on-one instead.
Yeah, and this happened earlier this season too. Sometimes you get those shot plays dialed up, but you don't have to take it. There's nobody around Deebo Samuel right now. Get it to him. Let him run. And you're waiting for the big splash play down the field, and then you have a breakdown with the route.
Purdy was upset that Aiyuk stopped. Jackson had a chance at a pick there. That's one thing the 49ers have done against the Seahawks this year. It's protected the ball. Turnover margin 4-0 in their favor in the two games. 2nd and 10. 4-man rush. Time to throw. He's got Kittle. Kittle steps out of a tackle. Turns the corner for a first down. No bigger Brock Purdy fan than George Kittle, is there?
Not at all, not at all. They've developed some chemistry very, very quickly. Coming out of the traditional tight end spot, just a little check there on the pass rush. And opens up right in the middle of the field for Brock Purdy, and then the run after catch by George Kittle.
7 touchdowns over the last 4 games with Purdy at quarterback. 11 total this season. First catch of the day is good for a first down to the Seattle 32.
Hey, you want to listen to Taco Bell?
Grilled chicken burritos, 2 bold flavors, $2 each. Order on the app, only at Taco Bell.
What's up, Einstein?
My network has gone kaput.
We tried to save a buck on it.
I got what I paid for. Not so smart.
Nah, you're still a genius. But there is a smarter way to save.
Oh.
Switch to Verizon. For a limited time, get Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line.
$25?
And it's guaranteed for 3 years.
Brilliant!
Well, you would know.
I'm switching.
I think the bike's probably faster.
Now is the best time to switch to Verizon for just $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. The savings that last on the network you want. Verizon.
Something doesn't feel right.
Pirates took everybody hostage. Okay, here's the plan. Run!
I think you can get that. I'm awesome.
We got this.
Nobody with my family.
Shotgun Wedding. Rated R. Coming soon on Prime Video.
It's been 2,109 days.
Leon, we waited over 6 years.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon, the network you deserve, the savings that last.
Rihanna returns at the Apple Music Super Bowl 57 halftime show, February 12th on Fox. The road there beginning today. 49ers with their sights set on their first Super Bowl win since the 94 season. Hottest team in the league, winners of 10 straight. The 2 seed in the NFC with a 10-7 lead today. Deebo Samuel, the tailback. It's a slam from McCaffrey. So many different weapons and so many different ways to deploy them.
And just great anticipation, great presence here. Osei Nwosu, your pass rusher just kind of lingers there. So you just hold it a tick and get into that second window for Christian McCaffrey.
That's an easy toss. Samuel in the back, pretty much just window dressing there, went the other way. Now McCaffrey back at running back. He's already got 83 yards in the touchdown in this game for the 49ers. On first down, they toss it to McCaffrey. He's pulled down on the line of scrimmage. That made A.J. Jackson. Or on McCaffrey, here's Sam Oliver.
Yeah, Joe, when I spoke to Christian McCaffrey, he joked that he would love to say the 49ers streak, for example, is because of him, but he shuns that. It was interesting to hear McCaffrey talk about when he first became a 49er, being the terrific player that he is. McCaffrey didn't exactly ride his reputation. That's just not who I am, he told me, adding he wanted to prove himself, earn respect from his teammates.
Took him time to get comfortable in the system, but boy, as he got comfortable, he took off. Second down, takes the fake here. They pick the screen then. Purdy gets away from one man, but can't get away from another. It is Bruce Irvin. The last link to those great Seattle defenses with a Legion of Boom gets the sack here.
And what a great mentor he has been for this very young Seattle team. And just, it's the tenacity, just continue to grind. You never know when your opportunity is going to come. Just keep chasing that quarterback. And what a great job on the defense, because that was going to be a quick screen. And the corner just followed the receiver back. There was no way for anybody to get a San Francisco player to get him dislodged from the wide receiver.
I don't know if he would technically be a link if he's left twice. It's back to his third stint with the Seahawks. And the sack makes it third down 17. Draw from McCaffrey. Irvin's waiting for him. He got away from Irvin. Couldn't get away from Ryan Neal. Seahawks get Neal back today after he missed 3 games with a knee injury. And he forces the field goal team to come out.
Nice job again by Bruce Irvin. Gets Christian McCaffrey to stop his feet. That gives time for your secondary that's coming up in run support, the pursuit of the football.
And so Gold, with a chip shot earlier, perfect in the postseason in his 18-year NFL career. and it stays that way. 23 out of 23 in the playoffs. Geno Smith of the Seahawks picked offense after this.
What if you were a global bank who wanted to supercharge your audit system? So you tap IBM to unsilo your data and start crunching a year's worth of transactions against thousands of compliance controls with the help of AI. Now you're making smarter decisions faster, operating costs are lower, and everyone, from your auditors to your vendors, feels like $1,000,000. Let's create smarter ways of putting your data to work. IBM, let's create.
Let the get down, spin it up. Never touch down, never enough. Give me some good.
This is Next Level Chef. All the drama takes place on a 3-story kitchen. We're on the top, let's stay on the top.
Look your way out of this basement.
It's a dungeon. But how so far?
Anybody ever seen anything like this? 911 is an emergency.
We will catch you. 911 Lone Star season premiere January 24th on Fox. Special Forces is the hit of the season. No! And Fox Wednesday, we put these celebrities to the test. Release trust.
Number 14. I have a child. Don't let me down.
Zero the show is a must-watch.
Go! Free, free, free!
Special Forces World's Toughest Test, only Wednesday on Fox.
Welcome back to Super Wildcard Weekend, presented by Verizon. There it is, 13-7, 49ers in front. Brock Purdy trying to keep things rolling into the postseason, and right from the moment he stepped in and faced off with Tom Brady head-to-head in his first career start, he has been exceptional. These are the highest passer ratings in NFL history for quarterback in his first 5 starts. Only Kurt Warner better, a notch ahead of Patrick Mahomes.
Kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it? How about this one? I mean, that was the one that really shocked me. Joe Montana, Steve Young, there's Brock Purdy 11.
Mr. Irrelevant, anything but. Trying to lead these 49ers to the Super Bowl. It's a 6-point game as Igwebuike goes back to return the kick. Got it to Igwebuike. Has some room, falling to the right side. And a second good return today for him. This February, Buckle Up is one of NASCAR's most thrilling events. Returns to the LA Coliseum under the lights. It's NASCAR's Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. And as announced on today's pregame, will feature a mid-race performance from Wiz Khalifa. February 5th, only on Fox. Seahawks found something on their last drive. Found the end zone for just the second time in 3 games against the Niners this year. Victor Walker. Smith feeds it. But Walker steps into the sunshine. What in the world is this? Sunshine. And gets 2 on first down. And Seattle was begging for the rain to fall as kind of a great equalizer. When there is a talent mismatch. It rained early this morning. It rained right around kickoff. But yeah, that thing's the sun here in Santa Clara.
Pete Carroll's not happy right now. He wanted it to pour today.
You know, he had that leather jacket doing a rain dance this morning at the hotel, and it didn't work. Play action again. This time Noah Fant has room, and the tight end has a first down. One of the many returns in the Russell Wilson trade, and Fant has a first down and a gain of 11.
And this is similar to the way they started that last drive. You know, some play action, some quick solutions for Geno Smith in the pass game. They kind of butted their heads against the wall there a little bit on those first 2 possessions, trying to establish that run game.
Geno Smith, who led the NFL, completing 70% of his passes in the regular year, 7 for 8 so far. Walker, Kenneth Walker. Got 8. Kenneth Walker, who didn't even really become the guy until week 6. As Rashad Penny goes the starter. Penny gets hurt, opens the door for Walker to come in. Better and better as this year goes on. We're talking about the conversation they had a few weeks ago about him attacking more. And he's done that. Not trying to make every play into a big play. Second and short. He's got it again. Waits for something to develop. It never does. And it's Nick Bosa there to shut him down.
That's pretty impressive by Nick Bosa. Watch him on the left edge. Watch everybody coming his way, right? Here come your pullers. They're supposed to block and kick you out. He flanks through both of them and finds his way to Kenneth Walker.
You got 311-pound Charles Cross, 327-pound Damian Lewis, and he just kind of sheds him aside. A loss and 3rd and 3. Niners bring pressure. It's picked up. Smith has time. What's Metcalf? DK Metcalf. Touchdown Seattle. Drop right in the bucket. 50 yards in a tie game. DK Metcalf, who they couldn't get loose for the regular season, beat Charvarius Ward.
That's just a simple go route right there. You saw Charvarius Ward, that one spot where he looks back to try and find out where the football is, and that's what allowed DK Metcalf to separate. That's going to be trouble right now because they kept him under wraps in both of the games earlier this year.
His long reception in the regular season was 13 yards. He gets one from 50 there, and the Seahawks lead. Geno Smith, 8 of 9,
going wrong way, dude.
7 yards.
How am I supposed to drop him? You're not going where I need to go.
And now this from State Farm.
From State Farm. Look, I'm with that personal price plan, so I'm in love with you. I've literally never washed Patrick's practice jersey. Superstitious.
You don't need to get that first. The State Farm personal price plan is simple to create before you price just for you.
So this is Clay? Absolutely, Patrick. Yeah.
That's all, man. Call it quick to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm today.
They got the sense talking to these Seahawks this week that there's a little bit of like, okay, now what the heck? We got a bunch of dudes. Nobody giving us a chance, but guys like DK Metcalf, we're inspiring hope even this week when nobody said they had a chance.
Kind of exactly what head coach Pete Carroll wanted, right? Nobody's giving us a chance. And they're going to be able to build that confidence during the course of the practice week. It was interesting to hear how loose everything was during the course of the week. And I think Geno Smith did a great job of setting that tone.
They're in the cloud. They'll take a minute. It's a little bit of a sense of like they're playing with house crowd.
You heard Christina Pitt talk about what Geno had shared with her. Is this is just another game. And if you can get to that point, because you talk, it's different during the prep during the week with all the media and everybody that wants to talk to you. When you travel up, it's a different feel. But if you can get to the point where you walk between the fights on this field this afternoon, and you can keep it just another game, that gives you a great mindset and a great opportunity. You don't put a ton of pressure on yourself. But it's really, really hard to do. And it sounds like Seattle did a great job of it during the course of the week in their preparation.
The Niners trail for the first time. They've got it to the 25, and it's Christian McCaffrey taking the fake. Brady checks it down to Deebo Samuel. He lowers the shoulder for a nice first down gain. It is Neal with the tackle.
We talked about critical series for Seattle a couple of times in these games. Here's San Francisco. Hey, all right, what do you got now?
Because this got pretty much smooth sailing from the moment Brock Purdy was inserted in the lineup.
I agree. Not a lot of adversity. Everything that has been negative has been slightly negative. A good teachable moment for Kyle Shanahan and the staff of the 49ers. They haven't had that mistake that was magnified.
McCaffrey got hit by Harris. And no gain as Shelby Harris, another piece of the return from Denver for Russell Wilson, makes it 3rd and short.
I don't know if I want to run inside, and you got those three big guys that are sitting right there. I might want to get to the edge. I want to get that audible from Brock Purdy and get out on the edges.
Defensive coordinator Clint Hurtt, his first season as the DC. It's not just Russell Wilson that left out. Bobby Wagner gone as well. Different look to the Seahawks defense, too. 3rd down and 3. Purdy over the middle and incomplete. Tanner Muse over there to break it up. And after the Seahawks take the lead, the defense comes out there and pitches a 3 and out.
And it does a really nice job right here in the middle of the field, just kind of looking around, read the eyes of the quarterback, break on the football. And we had that first game when Brock Purdy came into the lineup against Miami. And one of the things that I was impressed with coming off the bench in that situation was the confidence that Brock Purdy had to fit the throws into tight windows. And there's an example of it again right there. He does not shy away from those opportunities.
First spot of the game for the 49ers, Mitch Wishnowsky. Movement up front. And 49ers seem to think this is on Seattle, which would obviously be huge. First penalty of the game on either side. It was 3:43 to go in the first half. Punt from Wishnowsky. DJ Dallas back to the 15. Couldn't get away. Danny Gray, the rookie receiver, making an impact on special teams. Well, the reimagined Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon headed back to Las Vegas. You can see the Manning brothers, the AFC and the NFC head coaches in their new skills challenges. The first ever AFC versus NFC flag football game. Sunday, February 5th, 3 o'clock Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and Disney XD. Walker. Kenneth Walker in the 20. Even when you've got him bottled up.
Yeah.
It's that knack for finding a window.
But that was that one that we talked about, right? Instead of breaking it all the way to the outside, you turn, and then all of a sudden there's Jordan Willis right in front of you, and you get back north and south.
Walker over 50 yards in his first half. 1 touchdown in the 2 games in the regular season, already 2 today. Quickly to DK Metcalf. Covers the shoulder, runs overboard. That makes it DK Metcalf 2, Charvarius Ward nothing. They beat him on the touchdown down the sideline, and here he just powers over him.
Yeah, and they're finding the strengths of DK Metcalf's game, right? The speed to be able to run away from Charvarius Ward on that touchdown, and right there, just the physicality, the strength that he has as a wide receiver.
Not too many receivers where when you're out there playing defense, you say, oh no, this guy's coming at me, but DK Metcalf, the end of that list at 6'4", 235. Walker straight ahead. Picked up the block. Second a little bit chippy. Not at all surprising, as well as these teams know each other.
We talked to Bruce Irvin and getting his view on the game and everything, and right near the end, just, a nice little comment. I do not like 49ers as he leaves the room.
Brings this to the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks got into an early 10-0 hole, but they have rallied and taken the lead. The Rookie of the Year candidate, Kenneth Walker, and then DK Metcalf. And it's 14-13 with 2 to play in the first.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. What will they say to you?
TR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Eat like a king who's on a budget. 3 tasty options, fries, drinking nuggets, all for $5. Wait, that can't be right. Just confirm that that's the real price.
Sorry for interrupting your American sports game. Are you one of the millions surprised by Verizon and AT&T raising your rates last year? You have rights. I'm not entirely sure what they are because I'm not a lawyer, just a charming British actor. But I do know this. T-Mobile has price lock guarantee. That means they won't raise the rates of your talk, text, and data ever. Join T-Mobile and experience price lock guarantee. A guarantee you won't look back. That's a guarantee. Am I saying guarantee too much?
Act now and get 4 new lines for $25 a line.
The critics agree. The Clash was a hit. Get ready for the sequel.
Comes to downtown Los Angeles.
It's Take 2 for NASCAR's best. In a race you have to see to believe. The Clash of the Coliseum. February 5th on Fox.
Verizon is the official 5G network of the NFL, and the network America relies on. Relying on teamwork, the Seahawks earned a win against the Rams. Wide receiver Tyler Lockett got a big touchdown catch. Safety Quandre Diggs had a late interception to set up kicker Jason Myers for a game-winning field goal, solidifying their spot in the playoffs. Visit your local Verizon store for a chance to win tickets to 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Welcome back to Super Wildcard Weekend, presented by Verizon here in Santa Clara on the day where it was supposed to rain cats and dogs all afternoon. The sun has spoken through late in the first half. Seahawks with a 14-13 lead, trying to pull off a massive upset. DJ Dallas avoided the first man and got brought down. Shot on the line of scrimmage by Dre Greenlaw. And it's 3rd and 8. Already the 8th tackle for Greenlaw.
You can see why he's so valued by his teammates and everybody speaks so highly of him. Late substitution by San Francisco.
Draw. No chance. Bosa. 4th down.
See, you got 3 guys here on this side, right? So you're going to run that little zone read to the opposite side, but every time they're there, they're going to stunt back. They're going to stunt, they're going to twist, you're going to move back into those other gaps. And it looked like there was some potential on that right there, but it's just the scheme and the way that front moves. Now, it was interesting. We talked to Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator for Seattle, and asked him about, the 3rd and longs, and he said, early on, I'm going to be careful with those. I don't want to give an opportunity for a strip sack fumble or anything massively negative that could happen. Seattle has played a really nice first half here. They haven't done anything to really hurt themselves, and I think that's part of that play call right there.
Kyle Shanahan uses his 2nd timeout to stop it with 1:15. Niners set to get it back here. San Francisco piles everybody inside and backs up to set up the return. High punt from Dixon. Fair catch, McLeod. On a 47 yards. And let's check in with Curry.
Thank you, Joe. Coming up, we'll recap the big plays of the first half. And the guys will break down the playoff debuts of Brock Purdy and Geno Smith. That plus will preview tomorrow's wildcard game between the Giants and Titans. But for now, from LA, back up the coast to you guys the Mayor.
All right, current 14-13 lead. Brock Purdy has had some good moments in this game. He's also had some moments that didn't look as steady as we've seen over his first 5 starts.
But he's kind of settled in, right? That was one of the things we wanted to see. How would he respond to even just a little bit of adversity, a slow start? I think he's done a nice job. That opening series was not the Brock Purdy we had seen.
He's got a wide open Ayuk, crossing the field and beating Holland. Brandon Ayuk, 31 yards into Seahawks territory.
Well, you get the speedster Danny Gray on the outside to clear everything out for you, and then you slide Brandon Ayuk right into that void.
It's another day where Ayuk's just kind of flying under the radar, but 8 catches and 73. Flush. Eyes downfield. Resets and throws incomplete. Pressure coming from Boye Mafe. 2nd and 10.
That's another one you got to be careful, right? You reset and you're going to take that shot down the field. But guess what? You got some pretty big athletic guys that are in a full-speed sprint coming after you, and if they can get a shot on you within the confines of the rule outside of that pocket, they're going to put a big hit on you.
Seahawks do have that, don't they? They have a lot of depth at that outside linebacker spot, some emerging players.
They really do. I think it's the big reason that Bruce Irvin is back with Seattle this year is to be that mentor for these potentially breakout stars next year coming off the edge.
Empty set here on 2nd and 10. The twist up front, picked up, zip for Jennings, and too tall and incomplete. Ron Jennings was chased by the rookie Kobe Bryant, and it's 3rd and 10.
You want to be careful with that one. You got Quandre Diggs back there, Roman in that center field area.
It just has Baker Mayfield about that, huh? Saved the day with the interception, did Diggs in overtime last week. 3rd and 10, inside a minute. Purdy has a crossing Samuel. Great hands on a first down. Deebo Samuel plucks it and beats Kobe Bryant for the first down and a gain of 19.
He just wins right at the line of scrimmage. And he's going to take a couple of steps up and then just boom across the field running away from Mike Jackson. And it's Kobe Bryant that tries to come in and get him out of bounds.
Hey, Heffa, we're moving that stuff today, right?
Big play
It's all
right
loaded
there.
up on the flatbed outside the warehouse. We called ahead to our people down at the docks. They're waiting for you.
The first down of the
I tell you to be
28,
careful, but
still has
shit,
the timeout.
I figured you must always be careful.
Patrick
See
Jones
you soon,
third.
Heffa.
Steps up. Scrambles. He's in trouble with Irvin chasing. Purdy heaves one down the sideline and incomplete. With all those young outside edge rushers, yet Bruce Irvin trying to track him down.
Now remember in the first half earlier he was going up and continuing to climb. That time he could have kept moving up to his left. You had one of the offensive linemen come back and kind of secure that. Right there. Aaron Banks came back. He was going to give him the opportunity to kind of keep climbing up into the pocket. And then the fans here not real happy about Brock Purdy getting knocked out of bounds on Seattle's sideline.
That was like dominoes over there. 32 seconds. They've got the one timeout. They've got a 2nd and 10. Play clock down to 1. And they've got to use the last timeout to avoid the delay.
Timeout. San Francisco. Their 3rd and final of the half. We have 30-second timeout.
Well, in a season where nobody really gave the Seahawks any chance to be any good, they make the playoffs. They prove all the doubters wrong, and they're doing it again today when nobody gave them a chance to win this game.
We kind of mapped it out at the top, right? You got to play a clean game, which they have. No turnovers, no penalties. So that's fantastic. It's kind of a bumpy start, but we said you got to do more than that. You can't just play a clean game. You got to throw a couple of big punches and land them. They had one in the first half with a big touchdown to DK Metcalf. So this has been a great first half by Seattle. The question is, what happens here at the end of the half? And then as San Francisco gets the football again to start the second.
Oh boy, it's a heavy underdog. All you can ask for here, leading end of the first half. Bucks parents in attendance, Sean and Kieran. 2nd and 10 as their boy drops back, bails out the back door, resets his feet. Heave ho again. Out of bounds, and it's like we've seen that right there, an instant replay of that a few times.
Yeah.
Irvin again, applying the pressure.
Going to that same play. Again, you can control that with your rush, right? We always talk about rush lane integrity and how important it is when you're going against mobile quarterbacks. Don't allow Brock Purdy or any quarterback to climb up that pocket. That's what you want to do. You want him to go out the back because that's not going to be positive. And so Seattle right now, after seeing him in the first quarter and then into the second do a nice job of climbing in the pocket, now they've got him frustrated and he's bailing out to his left.
Completed around 70% of his passes in the regular season, just 50% today. This is 3rd and 10. He pumps short. He goes long. He wants Debo. Incomplete. Jackson got his hand on it. Mike Jackson, who's come out of nowhere, has started that corner spot for the Seahawks. One-on-one against Samuel, and he made the play.
Oh, watch this. It's just really good. Don't bite on that double move. Look at the distance off the ball. Really, really well done by Mike Jackson right there. Smart play.
We just saw Debo Samuel make a great catch. You don't put a pass in to bring that one in if Jackson doesn't get his hand on it. Another try for Robbie Gould. 46 yards. He remains perfect today. And in the postseason in his career. Isn't that a remarkable 24 out of 24 in the playoffs for Robbie Gould?
Doesn't get much more clutch than that.
No.
How confident are you going to be if the game comes down to a field goal? Robbie Gould is.
So 49ers back in front. On the 3rd field goal this first half. Geno Smith and the Seahawks going to love where they're at. There are a few things for the Seahawks. You're looking at those 2 regular season meetings where they got beat, right? They got dominated. But a few things you can look at and say it's not that hard of a fix. Pretty simple idea. The penalties we talked about, 18 of them in those first 2 matchups. They don't have a single penalty on them today. And the run game wasn't great. Kenneth Walker's emerged lately.
That was the big thing for Pete Carroll. I think that was his message to his guys this week. If you watch the film, not necessarily focus all your attention on the opponent, but some on us. Look how poorly we played. Look at the critical mistakes that we made in both of those games to let the score get to where it was.
A little squib that Toby Parkinson takes. And Parkinson keeps on going to the 30-yard line. Everything is a turnover margin. They were -4 in the regular season. They are even today. Giving them a shot. So 9 seconds, 3 timeouts as we get this playoff rolling. Rest of the games coming up this weekend. You got the Chargers and the Jags tonight. A couple other guys making their first career playoff starts. It's going to be tough for the Dolphins to go up to Buffalo with their 3rd quarterback and Skylar Thompson tomorrow. How about the Giants and the Vikings? A lot of people think the Vikings should be on upset watch.
I tell you what, I would be careful about that game. Brian Daboll's got his guys playing. And which Vikings team shows up? The one that had 40 put on them by Green Bay and Dallas, or that one that finds ways to win the close games?
For the swift kick, you're really one completion away from the fringes of field goal range. Smith steps up. He will run and slide and get pounded by Ward, and that is going to bring a flag. And that is going to move the ball into field goal range with 1 second.
And this is an easy call. He's sliding. It's not the time. He goes to the head and neck area.
15 yards.
It's been such a clean game. We just now get to tell you we've got Dean Blandino with us today. What did you think on that play, Dean?
Yeah, no question. That's a foul. Quarterback sliding, considered defenseless, forcible contact. That's 15 yards.
Wow. Seahawks benefited from some controversial calls against the Rams last week. No question about this one. And a significant one. Moves it to the 38-yard line. And you again look back at the decision from Kyle Shanahan to squib as opposed to kick it deep. One play plus the penalty, and now a 56-yard attempt from Jason Myers.
But you got to go back to Buffalo, Kansas City last year. Everybody learned that lesson about kicking deep in that situation with 12, 15 seconds left. Put it on the ground, execute it better. Don't kick it directly to Colby Parkinson, let him pick it up and run it back. But yeah, put that ball on the ground and kill some time.
Well, Robbie Gould is the guy you want in the playoffs. Jason Myers is the guy you want just period. And long range. He's 34 for 37 this year. He's 6 for 6 from 50 plus.
Last week, though, he hits the upright at the end of regulation. They go into overtime. He makes the kick. But consistently during that game, it was moving left to right. We'll see if he got it. If he got that correct during practice this week.
Trying to threaten the conditions he thought he was going to see, but very calm right now. For 56, Myers straight away with enough leg, and the Seahawks take the lead, stealing 3 before halftime. So the penalty on Jimmy Ward at the tail end of a long run from Geno Smith sets up this 56-yarder, and Myers drills it.
It's amazing the detail that goes into all the little things that can cost you points that could come back and haunt you later in the game. And what a huge mistake by Jimmy Ward.
DK Metcalf, the big play on offense in that first half, 50-yard touchdown. Moose, who said it, they've got to not beat themselves, but they've also got to make some things happen. He had the long touchdown to DK Metcalf. It's been pretty much mistake-free. And so the stats brought to you by GMC Professional Grade. Pretty even when you're looking at things overall. Geno Smith so much more efficient, though, 9 out of 10, while Brock Purdy went 9 of 19, below 50% in that first half. So Smith and the Seahawks with the lead. Stay tuned for the Verizon halftime right after these messages.
When animals are in danger.
This gentleman's bunnies ate his drugs.
Really? What kind?
Floppy-eared, fluffy.
No, the drugs. What kind of drugs?
One team answers the call.
Oh, it's huge. You grab the head, right? You grab that head.
Joel McHale.
You're fucking me now.
Animal Control premieres February 16th on Fox.
It's time to upgrade your phone's weather app. Scan the code on your screen now to download the Fox 45 weather app. Your local forecast updated by our expert team of meteorologists. Turn on your alerts to get updates when severe weather is coming your way so you can prepare and stay safe.
Fox 45 Morning News holds your local leaders accountable.
Can the public have trust in you during this federal grand jury investigation? So I'm not going to discuss that matter.
So they do their job. Watch Fox 45 Morning News, the voice of the people.
Is here. Comet is a new free sci-fi television network. Go to CometTV.com to find Comet in your area. Comet, space out.
Tennis Channel. There's nothing like it. One sport, one network. Tennis Channel.
The point of the tournament!
For the most tennis on the planet, watch Tennis Channel and Tennis Channel everywhere.
Welcome to the Verizon halftime, the network America relies on.
Well, after being down 10-0 on the road, everything went the Seahawks' way in the second quarter. DK Metcalf, 50-yard touchdown from Geno Smith, and Seattle has a 17-16 lead in this wild card matchup into what we do Verizon halftime. You take a look here, the San Francisco 49ers, Michael, took the lead with 13 seconds left, and then things just didn't work out. They tried that split kick, and then wound up getting penalty on a hit by Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, I mean, it made no sense for that hit on Jimmy Ward. At any point, in any game, do you need to make this hit? And I don't know why he did it. I don't know if he thinks he's sending a message before halftime, but you just took the momentum away from your team, and you gave it to Seattle. And the Seattle Seahawks have nothing to lose. They have no pressure on them because no one expects for them to win this game. So I think he took that momentum and just handed it off to Seattle, who is in that locker room right now at halftime, Jimmy, feeling really good about where they are.
Yeah, Geno Smith, he says, I'm going to show you people that made us a big underdog and doubted me and doubted our football team. Here, Geno, he goes up, he steps up into the pocket, he scrambles for 11 yards, picks up a first down, so they're moving the football. Then you got Ken Walker, who has been a key for their offense all year long. He runs it in for the touchdown. You know, after that, Geno Smith takes it against single coverage, throws against Ward. Here it is, touchdown to DK Metcalf. He's one of the best in the league, one-on-one.
Geno Smith, 9 of 10, 104 yards in the first half. Howie, on the flip side, Brock Purdy, 9 of 19. He struggled more than we've seen him struggle all season long.
Yeah, percentage down, but it's been about the running backs and the wide receivers. Particularly, we talked about the pregame. Wide receivers at running backs and wide receivers. We saw a lot of this last season down the stretch run. Debo at halfback out of the I formation, 22 yards. Here, Kittle across the formation. Trent Williams with a huge kickoff block. Kittle at the second level. That's 68 yards from McCaffrey. Here, Purdy shows great patience. Looks left, looks right, looks center. Goes
three in a row,
easy
no
check
money
down
out
to
of it.
McCaffrey for the touchdown. He's probably had some nerves in the first. We saw some throws kind of stale. Maybe that'll settle down in a second.
Yeah, but you said on the pregame show that backs give this team fits. There's a touchdown to McCaffrey. And two, I think to Purdy, a little bit, I think he's nervous. He's had two balls that easily could have been picked off. Easily. Not as sharp.
But the deep ends where they're cleaning out the post and the end is coming behind it, that 20-yard end, that has been open twice now. They hit it both times. That seems to be where he is most successful, is down the middle where he can see. When he's having to hold it, look here, and the pressure's getting to him. Like second half, I expect him to play better.
It's like he's locked into the receiver. He doesn't need to understand as young player gets to the playoffs, every play doesn't have to be a home run. Now, take what they do.
I don't think that's the case at all, Mike. I think that's the offense that Shanahan runs is not like that. I think it's medium to short and then long that they've been most successful going deep.
Well, the 49ers get the ball to start the second half, and they'll do it trying to come back from a point down in this game, which kicks off Super Wild Card Weekend. We'll talk about the Giants and Minnesota matchup when we continue. The Verizon Halftime is brought to you by Verizon, the network you deserve, the savings that last.
Reading people is my job. My read is, they are good people caught up in a bad situation.
Why don't you tell me your son if he was still alive?
I wanted all of this to stop. The legal system did nothing.
What are they afraid to apply?
Anybody ever seen anything like this?
911 was your emergency.
I'm seeing heat stroke left and right. Temperature's 122 degrees.
We will catch you.
The only one that feels like the calm is on the wrong side of the storm.
911 Lone Star season premiere January 24th on Fox.
Everything we work for is right here. We either win or we go home. The time is now. Let's go. Here comes Bouncer. Don't let me go. This is story one. Players downfield. Touchdown!
We will get your baby back.
Alert, Monday on Fox.
I don't know if America wants to see this performance here. As we welcome you back, 17-16. It's San Francisco trailing the Seattle Seahawks. Tomorrow we've got another matchup. Here, Super Wildcard Weekend continues. It's Michael's New York Giants taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Our coverage will begin at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 Pacific. And Jimmy, these two teams faced off just week 16. So recent matchup that gives you a little bit to work with. It was a 3-point Minnesota win.
Yeah, Kurt, not only was it just a 3-point win, you know, the Giants got to look at it and say, hey, we didn't play our best football. We turned the football over. We had a punt block. You know, you look at it, and we got beat on a 61-yard field goal.